Hey, Phantomaniacs! Welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at Boba Fett, one of the first figures in the new line of Star Wars action figures from Diamond Select Toys, which was a complete surprise. All of a sudden, there's Boba Fett and there's Darth Maul just available to order from shopdisney.com. As you can see, exclusively at Disney, or an exclusive chez Disney. I think these were probably originally meant to be theme park exclusives. I don't know if there were plans to offer them on Shop Disney, but as we've seen with the products that are at Target now, they're looking to reach beyond just selling this stuff in the theme parks. And I honestly don't know how I feel about that. I feel like if it's a theme park exclusive, you should have to go to the theme park to get it. I for the most part, won't buy stuff if it's theme park exclusive. But whatever the case, surprise, Diamond Select is making Star Wars figures. Now, it's a little odd to me, though, that they've made this figure of the guy who had Cobb Vanth's armor before Cobb Vanth had it. It's almost kind of like making a figure of the guy that gave Indiana Jones his hat before making an Indiana Jones figure, but whatever. A little humor there, a little jokey joke. I love Boba Fett. That's why I bought the figure. So the needlessly gigantic packaging that is such a trademark of Diamond Select's direct market offerings looks really nice, though. This white is clean. It's eye-catching, and you can see when there's a little dog hair on it there. I've got the clean Star Wars logo right here in this triangle. Looks good. You can see everything that the figure comes with in the front of the box. And of course on the side, because they do make these sort of library style, as though, or in the event that you want to just store them on a shelf sideways. So every figure will have the character on the side. And then on the back, we can see not Cobb Vanth. And boy, I sure hope I'm saying his name right. Cool character shot of Fett, not the figure, the actual Boba Fett from the films. As you can see, $24.99. Not honestly a bad price for a figure that is significantly larger than Star Wars Black Series and has, I don't know, just looks like, at first glance, looks like a much higher quality action figure. But of course, what it has going against it is the fact that it is the 1/10 scale figure, a 7-inch figure, that's not going to go with anything else on your shelf except for Diamond Select. And I guess NECA. Although NECA and Diamond seem to have different interpretations of what constitutes a 7-inch scale figure. So anyway, great looking package. And one thing that I like, easy to open, because while it is gigantic and boxy, it's a traditional blister card that just opens right up, no fuss, no muss. And you know I'm a fan of that because we open everything here at Needless Things. So the figure secured in the tray in the familiar fashion, nothing special about that. But what I do notice is there are a ton of these new little plastic tab tie things. We don't have they're not twist ties. We don't have a name for these things yet. I like tab tie. It's not bad. So I'm going to take my trusty Dollar Tree fingernail clippers and just snip right through all of those plastic tabs rather than risk putting scissors anywhere near the figure or, you know, any other. This seems to me to be the easiest way to handle these things, and twist ties for that matter, which we'll see in a second, because I see not only does he have a ludicrous number of tab ties in here, but he's also got a twist tie around his torso, because I guess the tab tie didn't meet the safety test or something. I don't know. Who knows how they determine how and why these things get placed. As you can see, he's popping right out of there, so that's nice. He's not stuck. None of his paint is stuck to the tray, which is a thing that has happened from time to time. And you know what? I'm realizing I'm going to have to go against what I just said and use my scissors to get these last couple of tab ties off, because they are really snug around that flame blast, and I would be willing to bet around that blast effect on Fett's blaster, which I love. I really like. All right, there we go. Now I can focus more on the figure and less on releasing the figure from the box. Oh, or can I? Because unfortunately we've got some tape directly on the figure parts It's a big no-no here. We don't like that. All right. Look at all that crap. That's terrible. Come on, you guys. Anything that's being sold exclusively on, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be exclusively online though, so I suppose I should forgive them for that. Wow. This is very, very impressive, you guys. Holy cow. This is a gorgeous action figure. It's no Cobb Vanth, but it's looking pretty good. Now, I'm curious. Oh, look at that rangefinder is articulated. Very nice. And does that rocket fire? No, the rocket's not removable. That would have been a nice touch to have that just sort of slide out of there. And of course, the jetpack effects here, I'm sure they pop right out. I'm sure they pop right out. There's no way these are not removable. Oh my gosh, maybe they're not removable. That's impossible, but I'm not going to sit here and, as I've said with other reviews, I'm not going to sit here and tear my figure apart live on YouTube, or I guess pre-recorded on YouTube. So we're going to take a look at the rest of this figure and see what all we've got. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so if you can see there, just bent the elbow, and his little tubes actually come out of where they plug into to allow for the articulation rather than having longer, more flexible tubes. Interesting. And then the elbow, they don't have Hasbro's range of elbow articulation, and I don't know how I feel about the way that works. I guess that's okay, because you're not really going to see it when you've got the elbow bent. The paint job on this is phenomenal. This is the first most eye-catching thing that you're going to see about this figure is all of the wear, like very screen accurate looking paint job. And I'm sure there are little bits and pieces maybe somebody could point to and say, oh, well, this ding right here should actually be over here, but it's all sculpted and painted in. Very, very nice job on this. Very eye-catching. Articulation is, for this scale of, oh, that's nice. You can actually, back here, that shoulder plate actually does go up underneath the vest, so you can get a more range going that way, but it doesn't allow, well, yeah, there we go. It'll go up that way too. Good design. Very nice design there. I like that. And then we've got, of course, Fett's flamethrower right here with the flamethrower. How does that work? Surely this little part doesn't pop out. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys. Okay, check this out. This is crazy. So that little part actually pops out so that you get the flamethrower effect to plug in right there. How wild is that? Very cool. And of course the flames look fantastic. They're nice translucent plastic with the color change. Why am I explaining this? You can see it right here in the video. But I love that. That's very cool. Nice feature. The only problem is, where are you going to store this little piece that you are 100% going to lose when you don't have the flames on there? Look at the detail on this gauntlet. Look at the weathering, the painted detail. Absolutely fantastic. Incredible work. This is something about this scale, and I believe it's why NECA chooses this scale to produce their figures in. And I know we're talking about a diamond figure here, but NECA, I think, has to be recognized as the most renowned toy company working in this scale. And it's because of the detail you can capture and the way that you can do these paint apps and make these things look that much more realistic. The jetpack, let's take a look at that now that we've, oh man, I really want to pull those out so you guys can see it, but I really don't want to break this thing. Come on, get out of there. There we go. I hope you guys appreciate that I was willing to tear that nozzle off of this figure just so you could see what it looked like with those jet effects removed. All right, and they had to be removable. There's no way that they were going to have this figure just standing with those jet effects. So you can see where they plug into the nozzles right there. The I guess, directional nozzles, because those do move when the jetpacks are in effect. But again, look at the painted detail, look at the sculpt, the little button on the bottom here, the exhaust at the bottom. Just really incredible, fantastic. The belt, as you might have noticed, is a separate piece, well sculpted, tons of paint on that as well. And I'm going to see what kind of joint. Oh, very nice. Got a ball, a really good range of motion at that ball joint, at the waist right there. Or actually, I'm trying to tell if it's at the waist or if it's under the vest. I can't quite. It looks like it's under the vest. Yeah, it is. So it's actually moving right there at the bottom of the vest is where they've got that really nice joint. Hips pretty good. A little bit more than you would expect from something that doesn't have a drop down. And of course, we've got a thigh swivel. I've got ratcheting double jointed knees. And no peg issues as far as discoloration between the pins and the surrounding plastic. Then that ankle joint is what I think of, even though I don't think they're the first ones that came up with it, but what I think of as the Hasbro Marvel Legends ankle joint. Very nice, so you can get some good poses out of the guy. Just really, really impressive figure. And what I want is to get this gauntlet turned around. There we go. Okay, that's what I wanted. Really fantastic figure. I am very impressed. Every level of detail has been achieved here. The Wookiee scalps are softer plastic that are just sort of hanging right there. Very cool. The cape is, I don't know if I would have preferred soft goods or not. I think soft goods would have gone somewhat against the look of this figure, if that makes any kind of sense. All right, let's take a look at the rest of these accessories. You saw the jetpack blast effects, very cool. I like those. Got a couple of extra hands here, obviously, so we can hold the rifle. And then the rifle itself with a blast effect that I love that this is a screen accurate blast. I mean, how much does that look exactly like what you see on the screen? I really like that. I like that it's slick, that they didn't put any extra sculpt into it. Looks very cool. And then, of course, pops right out of the barrel there. And the blaster itself, tons and tons of painted and sculpted detail. Very nice, very accurate. And I'm not going to go through the trouble of, well, yeah, I will. I want to see how hard, well, maybe I don't want to after as difficult as it was to unplug those blast effects. But, okay, that hand pops right out. Nice, very nice. Much easier to do than the blast effects. So let's see how well this fits in this hand. Oh, very easily. Very easy to do. Because, you know, sometimes they don't use the softest plastic. They don't use the materials that, I guess, work the best with what we're trying to achieve as far as them being able to interact with their accessories. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's tough to get the right sort of look out of these figures. But right here we have this Boba Fett. Looks like you want Boba Fett to look. I think this is a beautiful figure, well worth the money. If you're a fan of Mandalorians, if you're a fan of Boba Fett, I think this is your guy. You know, obviously I don't want to start a whole new Star Wars figure collection, and I'm not going to, but as somebody who collects Boba Fett and collects Mandalorians, and has been for quite some time, not just the show, this is a must-have. I had to have this guy on the shelf, and he has delivered in every way. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more toy reviews here on the Needless Things YouTube channel.